All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Mighty Beans podcast. I am Dark Guy 21, also known as Francisco, and here we are with Junior,
Yo, G Daddy Smackdown. What's good?
and then we got Ruby,
Hey yo, it's your girl, call me Hikaru or Ruby.
and finally,
Last but definitely not least, Esmeralda or Meche.
and we are going to talk.
We're gonna talk. It's a
Wait.
podcast.
Someone's
Is that the
gonna
whole
start
intro?
talking. Me shows up with the bat.
Oh my.
We're gonna talk.
We're gonna start talking today, huh?
Who would have thunk it? Real quick.
Well, yeah.
Real quick. I feel like Ruby might have done something. Flat mob or what are you talking about?
Oh, I was having this conversation with my mom, and she was saying that she hates using flat mops, and I was like, why? They're like way better than the other mops. The other mops are so gross and really annoying to keep like clean. And she was like, no, it's better, and it's annoying for the flat mops. You have to like clean it or get new ones, and it doesn't even clean that well. So it was like this whole thing that we were debating about. So I was curious if you guys think one is better than the other, or if they're mops. Who cares?
Have you met these dudes? When have you seen them with a mop in their hand?
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, you hear the silence from both of them? That's how you know.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've mopped before.
I mean, I've used both definitely, and I can't say I've mopped enough to say that I have a personal preference.
I've mopped.
It's just I've just used whichever one was available to me.
I just think a flat mop is better.
Honestly, I agree it's better because it's actually more clean, it's more sanitary than a normal mop, and it's more efficient. The problem is the cost and the waste, because you have to throw away the pads, or if you get those washable ones, it's almost the same thing as a normal mop, so what's really the point? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Exactly.
that's
Get
the
the-
flat mop?
Yeah, the flat mop or like the Swiffer mops. I've seen the advertisements. Swiffer wet jet when it goes,
Oh,
underneath
this
the
whole
furniture
time,
and whatever.
this whole
Not
time, I
sponsored.
thought the flat mops were the ones that the janitors use, the ones that have like the plastic yellow end, and then the blue like
Mm-mm.
actual mop strings.
Oh no.
No, that's just the it like squeegees out the water.
Yeah,
So it's not like dripping wet when you go to
yeah, I thought that was a flat mop.
No.
No, that's a squeegee on a stick.
It's squeegee on the stick.
I just wanted to get that over with because it sounded like it was going to be boring. So,
Wow. Thanks.
dude, who wants to listen about us talk about mops?
All right, welcome back to Mops 101. This is episode 36.
36.
Today we're gonna talk
36?
HDX brand or Swiffer. Which one is better?
Swiffer, what?
Callers, call 1-800-526-927-69.
69. I knew you were going to throw something like that in there.
6969.
I was waiting for him to do something like that.
Everyone, please call 420-6969.
Today we're gonna go over the difference between Suavitel and Mr. Clean.
Today,
No, the best ones is Scrub Daddy versus Scrub Mommy.
Ooh.
what about
I did the
Always
wax
want
on,
them.
wax off.
what about
too.
Scrub Child?
Hey, yo,
No.
yo.
Whoa.
Let's not get crazy here.
Let's not go to jail.
All I'm saying is that this is family oriented, clearly, because of Daddy and Mommy. So,
Yes, clearly.
Alright, so Pancho, anything interesting that happened to you in the week we haven't spoken?
So, no, but I did want to talk to you guys about what we were talking a little bit earlier about the 100 greatest games of all time. Let's just go ahead and start off with what do you guys think was number one?
Greatest game
Wait, so-
I didn't
of
hear what you
all
said.
time?
So this is 100 greatest games of all times according to Watch Mojo, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So were they going off of like just pure like game wise, or like were they taking into account how many like copies it sold?
Taking into account the game itself, the story, how much it's sold, and the overall impact it's had in the gaming industry.
There's a lot of contenders for number one here. So
Greatest
but
game?
I'm just gonna throw out something by Rockstar, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Whether it's Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto. But between the two, I'm definitely gonna say Grand Theft Auto. And particularly 5.
All right. Now, Ruby, what do you think was the number one like greatest game of all time
Oh,
in the
jeez.
list? Not like your personal favorite. Who cares about that?
Wait, there's a fucking list?
Yeah.
Were you not listening?
I didn't. I don't know. I would have no idea. I have to look at the list.
Just take it. Well, there's not like a physical list. It's just this YouTube channel called Watch Mojo made a video called the top 100 video games of all time. Just try and guess what you think they thought number one was.
Oh, I'm gonna guess some fucking Call of Duty game. That's
Are you
my,
serious?
That's my guess. I would have no idea.
I'd be surprised if a Call of Duty. I'd be surprised if a Call of Duty was in the top 50. To be honest,
Yeah, same.
I would have no idea.
What's that game that during the award ceremony, you know what I'm talking about. That where you're like, that's stupid. What is it? The Last of Us 2?
The Last of Us 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was on there.
I hate that game.
All right. Do you guys want to take like another guess at what number one would be, just so you guys know it's not correct?
Okay, so it's not Grand Theft Auto,
Nope.
and it's not a Call of Duty.
Nope.
And it's
Can
not The
you
Last of
give
Us.
me a hint to like the genre or something,
It
or
might
maybe the developers or something?
it might give it away, but it's a platformer.
It's
A
Sonic.
platformer.
Yeah.
Sonic.
It is not Sonic.
Oh,
God, I wish.
That was my guess because that's the only platformer I'm
Oh.
thinking of.
Oh, because you said yeah after we said Sonic, so I thought that you were confirming that.
No.
A platformer. Well, the best platformer that's been made is probably Mario. So, is it Mario 64?
It is Mario 64.
Wow.
Mario
Oh my
64 was, yeah, it was named the greatest game of all time from Watch Mojo.
That is dumb.
I mean, take a look at its cultural impact.
I mean, yeah, it had a lot of cultural impact, and yes, it is the number one most speedrun game in the speedrunning community. And it did have like a lot of mods made for it and everything too. But like objectively looking at that game, it is definitely not the greatest game ever made. Like even games that came out in its era, I thought were better. Like I prefer like Ocarina of Time over Mario 64.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time was actually number 2.
It
And
beat
ugh,
Ocarina of Time.
okay. I grew up playing both these games. I love both these games. And even to today, like I'll still go back and play these games because they're that good. But I would not put them that high on the list personally.
I was surprised that Star Fox 64 wasn't on the list. I would expect it to crack like
Not at all.
the 190 range, but it wasn't even on there.
Wow. Jesus.
Damn,
But,
I figured it'd at least be in the top 100, yeah.
Yeah, and actually a game that was on the list was GTA 4 instead of GTA 5.
GTA 5 is massively way more successful than 4.
Yeah, but
And I personally like 5 over 4 as well.
I never played any
Yeah.
of them, so I would have no idea.
all right, let me see if I can
That's
pull
the
up the
boat
top.
I'm in right now.
Let me see if I can pull up the top 10 on the list.
I'm pretty sure GTA 5 is the second most sold video game in history.
I thought it was the
Sold?
first.
Yeah, like it sold the most
I
copies.
understood. I understood. That's wild.
Yeah, number one's Minecraft.
Ah, okay. I'm not surprised.
Oh, that makes sense.
Not even a little bit. Was Fortnite on the list? I missed all that. Was
Fortnite's
Fortnite
free to
on there?
play, so no.
No, I meant in his favorite game. In the top 100.
Oh, no, we haven't gone over the top 100. We were still just guessing what number one
number
was.
It's so cold in the room we're in. I had to go get a jacket. It's like
All right.
100 outside, but I'm cold.
Why did you leave the room? There's a jacket right there.
I thought you would want one. You said you were cold too.
I didn't say I was cold.
Oh,
I just agree with you that it is kind of cold.
sorry.
All right, so number 10 on the list is The Last of Us, the first one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the first Last of Us is actually justified because the second one was not.
Yeah, The Last of Us Part 1 being in the top 10 greatest games of all time is a good spot for it.
Yeah, I think number 10 is the most justified spot in the top 10.
It is definitely a great game. It didn't really push too many boundaries as far as gameplay goes, but it is a great game story-wise.
Story-wise, it was
Gameplay
incredible.
is very fun.
Oh,
yeah.
I had a lot of fun in that game, and it definitely fucked with all my emotions for sure.
All right, now,
yeah.
number 9 on
I
the
didn't
list.
play the game, but I watched. Bitch.
You were
But
saying?
I watched the show, and Miguel told me that it was really close, so I was very happy with the show at the very least.
Okay, so number
All
9.
right. Number 9 on the list, let me know what you guys think. Number 9 is actually Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Okay, that is, I think that's personally a little high
Sorry,
for
guys,
me.
I'll be right back.
Personally, but objectively, I do think that's a good spot because Street Fighter 2, specifically the Turbo Edition, was very impactful to the fighting game like genre.
Yeah.
And there are still people to this day that will still play like old Street Fighter games in tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
And the amount of fighting games that spawn from that is pretty insane.
It was the first game to introduce varying movesets for different characters. Characters with different movesets.
And Street Fighter is the one that... Yeah, and Street Fighter were the ones that invented combos in fighting games, too.
Yeah.
It was an accident, but they still did it, though.
If it works, it works.
So I'm happy with that placement. Maybe a little too high for me personally, just because I don't play that many fighting games. But I know for other people out there, it'll definitely be in that same area.
Yeah, there is no doubt that this is one of the most influential games to come out.
Yes.
All right, now, number 8 on the list, Silent Hill 2. I've never played this game before, but I know it has a large following.
Yes, same actually. I know that the Silent Hill games have a very large following, and I know that a lot of horror fans love, in particular, Silent Hill 2, and I think it's 3 as well, but I've also never played them. But I did always want to play that Silent Hill game made by Kojima called PT.
Oh yeah, that
Because
was just a demo, huh?
That shit look insane. Yeah, I always wanted to play it, but I never could, and now it doesn't exist anymore.
That's real sad boy hours.
Yeah, Death Stranding, to my knowledge, was supposed to be like a pseudo continuation of PD or PT, but he had to change a lot of things, I guess, because of rights and whatnot.
I don't like that, because Death Stranding looks nothing like Silent Hill. Besides like a few horror elements, but it's not really a horror game.
Yeah, I don't know the full history of it. I just remember hearing something like that, and man, Death Stranding was
It was a game.
such a disappointment.
It's a walking simulator.
I was so excited too. It was gonna be my first Kojima game. I heard so much hype about all the other Kojima games. Everyone's like, Kojima's a master at games. So I'm like, oh boy, I get to play a Kojima game for the first time. And then I get Death Stranding.
Bro, did you not play the Ghosty Ouchie?
I did. I just didn't get that far. I played it for a good maybe, I want to say like 8 hours. And then I stopped playing. And I was like, oh, I'll come back to this. And then I just never did.
No, and then the funny thing is that the Phantom Pain, it wasn't even received well for its story. It was just pure gameplay. That's the only reason why the Phantom Pain was like really fun.
Yeah, I heard people complain that the story was very lackluster. Didn't make sense at some points. And a lot of people said that the game felt like it was rushed.
No, it was rushed. Because the official game that's out, it only has 2 chapters. So, obviously, chapter 1 and chapter 2. And there was supposed to be a 3rd chapter that takes place on a different, map. But it got scrapped because Konami was telling Kojima like, "Yo, you better hurry this shit up," and then it got released without the third chapter. And the third chapter was supposed to tie in like story elements to complete the game, to complete the story specifically. And there's still like a storyboard kind of thing on YouTube that you can find, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Damn, son. And then they did come out with the Chapter 3 later on, and it was called Metal Gear Survive.
No, that doesn't count. Anyways, number 7. Number 7. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, I heard that this game is amazing, but it's also super long. I've never played it.
The only thing I know about the Witcher series is that people are either tryhard fans, and they've played every single game, and the third one's the best one, or people love Witcher 3, but they've never played 1 and 2. Which isn't very telling of 1 and 2 personally for me, if no one ever talks about them.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess the third one is just like, so great.
Yeah, apparently the third one was that great, but I've never played it. And I know Chris has played it, though, and he told me that it was a great game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't really say too much about it. Should we just move on?
Sure.
All right, number 6, Minecraft.
Okay, yeah.
I can totally see that. It is the best-selling game, of all time.
Minecraft is so weird because when you look at it from a surface level, it doesn't seem like there's a lot there. But then you start to get into it, and then you start to fall in love with the game and its intricacies, and then you start to realize, there's all these different things you can do, and if you're playing creative mode, then your imagination is the only thing holding you back. And then there's the whole modding community. I've been playing through RLCraft with Jacob recently, and that shit's been fucking fun, dude. Minecraft is weirdly addicting, and it just sucks you in. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, as soon as you start building your house, you can't stop it until it's perfect, and then you see something that you can change, and then it's just a loop. You find something you can improve on, you improve on it, and then you try to make other stuff that's just better. And that's just building. I'm not even talking about mining.
Okay, I'm back.
Not even talking about mining or the quests or going into dungeons or fighting the bosses or exploring the end cities and, oh my god, underwater dungeons. It's insane. And they're only adding more to the game.
I'm talking when it first came out, the only thing you could do was mine and build, and that's it. And then they started adding so much into it.
The very first time I ever played Minecraft was actually back when it was still in alpha. I had a friend back in middle school named Sean, and he was able to get a what's it called? Pirated version, I guess, of Minecraft.
Huh.
And he put it on a USB drive, and he was passing it around like fucking crack to all these middle schoolers. And we were all just playing Minecraft in the computer room at school. And man, there was nothing to do back then, but that was still one of the most fun times you can have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minecraft was the fucking thing when everyone started getting their hands on it. The first time I played it was in the back of the bus with you and Jacob, Junior. Is the first time I played it.
So even since she was young, she couldn't make friends of her own.
Well, they didn't really play games. We were just drama nerds and music nerds. We didn't really play on our computers.
Yeah, that was, man, those were the days. That's crazy too, Ruby, because as I was just saying, before you come back, I'm still playing Minecraft with Jacob. We're playing through RLCraft together.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the only way that me and my best friend even hang out with each other is Minecraft.
Is when you play Minecraft?
Yeah, she'll be like, I want to play Minecraft. You need to get on. And I'll be like, all right.
See, Minecraft is even bringing the non-gamers together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play games at all. But I can sit and play Minecraft as long as I don't get motion sickness for hours.
Yeah, it's just something about that game, man.
Yeah, there's a charm.
Yeah, it's very addictive. It's like cocaine.
Pretty much.
We don't do cocaine.
And despite how highly I'm talking about Minecraft right now, I still like Terraria better.
I couldn't do it.
A lot of people can't get into Terraria because it's either too overwhelming or they don't like the fact that it's 2D. But I love Terraria.
The music is good. I will give it that.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
The music definitely is super gorgeous. I just couldn't get into it either. I don't know what it is. Just something about it doesn't make me want to keep playing. Maybe it's just there's so much to do. It's overwhelming, and just knowing that what I'm playing at is just the beginning of the damn, like, the tip of the iceberg, because I've seen, like, how far you can, like, take it and all that. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's just, it's not addicting enough.
That's actually probably my reason too, because as you guys know, I suck at games, and like even little tasks I can't do. Like I become actually stupid when I start playing a game. And so Minecraft is just so open. You don't have to do anything in Minecraft, but you can do this and that and whatever, right? There's no objective or tasks to do. That's why I like it so much.
That is true.
What needs to happen is you just gotta play more video games, okay? We'll get you seasoned, all right? We'll make you become a video game veteran, and then I'm gonna create a server for all of us to play Terraria, and I'll teach you guys how to play Terraria.
I just don't got time in my life for that.
Yes, you do. If I can make time, you can make time.
When I make time, it's for my books or the gazillion shows I'm watching.
So stop watching mediocre shows.
Oh my god.
I've seen the shows you watch, okay?
Like Riverdale.
That's why you have no time. You're watching shitty-ass TV shows.
You know what, Pancho? I actually don't like Riverdale.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
thank God.
I did not
A
like
surprise
it.
to be sure, but a
I
welcome
did
one.
Watch, I did watch the first season, and I was like, wow. This is awful. It doesn't make sense. Who wrote the script to this? And it's underpaid scriptwriters. That's who.
Understandable.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why they're on
And
strike.
underpaid actors. Oh, but yeah, actually, some of the shows I watch, I admit, are kind of cringe, but I enjoy them.
It's like you know it's cringe, but you still watch it and love it.
Yeah, like the Twilight movies.
That's me with Scott Pilgrim. Except that movie does have some genuinely funny moments.
Scott Pilgrim's not cringe. That is a genuinely good movie.
I agree.
Well, Michael
It's
Cera's
funny,
cringe.
It's got action. It's got Chris Evans. I mean, what more can you ask for?
That's actually hilarious.
It's actually hilarious. Hilarious. Anyways, next on the list, I think number 5, GTA 4.
Okay, yeah. I did expect the GTA to be on the list, but not 4.
You didn't
Yeah,
expect
I
top
expected
five?
5, but
4 is definitely a sleeper. It definitely did sell well, and people definitely do like it. But when people talk about GTA, 4 is not the one that ever comes up. It's always like San Andreas, Vice City, or 5. Like those are the ones I always hear people talk about.
I'm not gonna lie to you. For the longest time, I didn't even realize there were multiple games. I thought it was just one game everybody talks about.
GTA 5.
Because nobody ever like specifies like, yeah, this is 4 or 5. Everybody says just a GTA.
That's because
You know?
when GTA fans start talking about GTA, usually they can tell which one they're talking about already.
Well, I wouldn't know. So
Like-
everybody's like, yeah, GTA, this, that, and whatever. And I'm like, all right.
If you ask a GTA fan about like Nico, then you know for sure they're talking 4. Nico, let's go bowling.
Yeah. Although for me personally, when it comes to Rockstar GTA-like games, I definitely do prefer Red Dead Redemption. When it comes to the single player, I think the Red Dead Redemption like universe and like the story and everything and the characters are much more interesting. But the GTA 5 multiplayer is much better.
Yeah. As a passenger, I enjoy watching Red Dead Redemption better. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like get more into Red Dead Redemption, but after the tutorial, I was so winded from playing it. I'm like, oh, I need to take a break, and then I never got back to it.
You were
It's
playing
like
Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
Yeah,
It's like going up the stairs at school, just so tiring.
Did you ever play
It's
the
like,
first one?
no, I didn't. I
You
heard
should
the first
definitely
one's
play the
like
first
really
one.
good.
Definitely play the first one first, because some people will tell you the second one is a prequel, so you should play that first for the story. In reality, that's not the case. You don't really need to play the second one first. I would definitely recommend you play the first one first. One for, gameplay wise, like you can see the progression and like the way the game actually plays.
Yeah,
And 2, when you see the Nautical like references and like nods to Red Dead Redemption 1, in Red Dead Redemption 2, you'll appreciate them a lot more.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I saw the Ackman's video on it.
Okay, yeah.
What's number 3?
Well, GTA.
Number 4.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought we were on 4.
No.
we're talking. No, GTA
What's
4
4?
is 5.
GTA 4 was
Yeah.
number 5. So number 4 on the list.
All right, number 4.
All right, number 4, the original Doom.
That was pretty fun.
Really?
Yeah, so pretty much the game that revolutionized first-person shooters.
Really? I don't know
Huh.
anything about Doom, so you're gonna have to fill me in.
Honestly, I wouldn't say Doom was the one that revolutionized first-person shooters. I would say Call of Duty would be the ones to do that. I mean,
Yeah,
Doom was
but-
definitely like the first step, but Call of Duty was like the ones that really mastered it.
Doom walked so that Call of Duty could run.
Kind of, yeah. But Call of
Pretty
Duty
much.
ran so everybody else could fly.
You
know what I mean?
Oh goddamn! No. Doom crawled so that Call of Duty could run.
All right.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Doom. Doom's a great game, and I it definitely did jumpstart the first-person shooter like genre. But if we're gonna give credit to the most revolutionary first-person shooter game, it's got to go to Call of Duty.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I have to agree on that.
All right, so moving on to number 3 on the list. The first Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 1.
I never
I
played
never
it.
played it.
Now that, I've never played it, but from what I've seen, it is like revolutionary. Not in terms of like the gameplay, well, that too, but like also the story. And the fact that this is on the PS1, for a game this complex to be on the PS1, like it's never happened before.
That's true. I do know a little bit about like the gameplay and some of the story. And for all that to be smacked into the PS1, it is pretty revolutionary.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 1 crawled so that the
Yeah,
other
don't take my
games. Yeah, whatever, man.
I know I wasn't here because I had to leave for a semi-emergency. Is Resident Evil on this top list?
Nope.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, well, you guys already know number 2 and number 1, so.
Yeah, number 2 was Ocarina of Time, and then number 1 was Mario 64. Those should have been flipped. I
Those-
enjoyed Ocarina of Time way
You're biased.
better. Will always play that game again.
Biased.
Over. How am I biased? I played both of the games to completion. I had more fun in Ocarina of Time, and it has better great game replay value than 64.
Gay replay?
I don't
At
think
least
either
to
of
me.
those games should be in the top 10, personally.
Really?
What did you think? What would you put on the top 10?
So we're talking greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors to look at when you're looking at a great game. How impactful to the gaming industry is definitely one of those things. And Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 definitely were impactful and definitely led the charge in 3D gaming. But when you look at them from an objective point of view, they definitely don't play like amazing games. You know what I mean? Like their controls are not that great, and there's some jank. There's a lot of jank to them.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they did come out in like 95, 96, whatever it was. So they are old games. But this is a
Sorry.
modern list, right?
Yeah.
So they are competing with modern gaming.
So what you're saying is Mike Tyson's punch out should be there.
No.
So if they picked the more modern versions of those games, like for Legend of Zelda, it would be Breath of the Wild, right? Or Twilight Princess or something like that. And then
You know,
for
Breath of the
Mario,
Wild-
I'm sorry, what?
Breath of the Wild is actually on the list earlier on.
Well, I mean, we're talking for top 10.
Yeah.
So if they pick that, or like for Mario, let's say like Mario Odyssey, right? Because that's a newer one. This would be a better list.
I don't know, man, because because as fun as those games are, like people don't really talk about those games like greatest games of all time, unless you like grew up with them. You know what I mean?
One of
Yeah,
the
like
Mario
how I
games,
think.
Yeah.
Just like how I think that Star Fox 64 should be on the list.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it should definitely be in the top 100. I don't know about any higher than 50, but
No,
it
it
definitely in the top
definitely.
100.
I think it should definitely be like within the 190 range.
Yeah, I can see that. But when it comes to actual innovation and game design, between Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, I definitely goes to Ocarina of Time.
Which
And-
one is Mario 64?
That's the one where you jump to the paintings.
Yeah, that's the one that has the theme song.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
really
dun,
like
dun,
that.
dun,
Actually, I
dun,
played
dun.
that one. I
Okay.
thought the Ken sounds.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like you.
You know what's actually, you know what game I had more fun on than 64 was Sunshine. I honestly enjoyed it way more.
Yeah. 64 was just really janky with some parts. I mean, Sunshine. Sunshine was really janky at some points, but I also like Sunshine a lot more. A lot more.
Which one's the paper one?
More?
That's called Paper Mario.
It's
Oh,
the
shit.
1,000-Year Door.
I
You know
mixed
what?
all of them
1,000-Year
up.
Door should have been probably a top 10. I hear that game a lot. That game is still, like, I think 50 plus bones for it. And one of the most highly praised Mario games that people
It's-
are waiting for Nintendo to remake or, like, just HD it.
It's definitely not a top 10. It is a great game. But top 10 of all time? No.
I definitely flipped all those Marios. I don't think I played the other ones. I don't know.
You can make an argument for Mario 1000 Year Door being a top 10 RPG game of all time. I can hear someone making that argument. But
But
video
specifically a top
game
10?
of all time in generals? No.
It sounds like we might have to make our own list.
Well,
Yeah,
Next
top 100
episode.
games of all time.
maybe a future episode, yeah. But going back to the whole innovation thing, between 64 and Ocarina of Time, Ocarina of Time definitely innovated a lot more things. Like when you look at the way the game's played, Mario 64 versus Ocarina of Time, Mario 64 showed that you're able to create a large, complex, world with very little, memory usage, right? Like the way that they created their world and stuff. So, that's a good innovation of creating something big with limited hardware, right? Ocarina of Time was innovative in, their gameplay. You had the 3D combat, you had the 3D environments, the 3D puzzles you have to solve,
Lifetime
then-
combat.
and then, enemy weak points. If you stab, a wolf in the back, for example, you one-shot it versus fighting it normally. And,
Like how it screams.
Yeah.
My God.
And then different status effects that could happen, like freezing or stunning, and if you get caught on fire when you're not wearing a fire tunic, you take extra damage. But if you're wearing a fire tunic, you won't.
And
just
also
so
your
many-
weapons can burn.
Yeah, your wooden weapons will burn in fire. You all kinds of things like that. Those are not things you see in Mario 64.
They I almost want to say they try to incorporate real life things into it. Like wood burning, you get hurt when you're not being protected.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
why-
Yeah, where those are complexities that you don't see in the gameplay of Mario 64, because Mario 64 is just a 3D platformer.
Yeah, with pretty graphics and big ass mushrooms that dance with the hula hulas.
Yeah.
Imaginative levels.
Yeah. If one of those games had to be in the top 10, I definitely give it to Ocarina of Time over Mario 64, simply because there was just more innovation in the gameplay and in the world itself.
I think there's probably bias there, putting Mario ahead of everything else because everybody freaking loves Mario.
Oh, it definitely
You know
is.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but
that's
people
probably
love
why it's
Mario
up
for a
there.
reason, though.
But what I'm saying is, realistically, if they made this list based off sales and how it actually plays and whatever it was,
Yeah,
people
it would
probably
still
put
be
a lot of
Mario.
bias toward Mario because they like it.
Here's another thing too, though, as far as pitting these two games against each other. I am more willing to bet. It depends on the person, obviously. But if we took a modern gamer of today, I don't know, maybe one of our cousins grew up playing video games, right? And they've never played the older games. If we expose them both to Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, I'm willing to bet that they would enjoy Ocarina of Time more over 64. Unless they're the simplistic type of player where they just want to play a game real quick and don't care about the story, right? Because Ocarina of Time is very story heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm willing to bet that they'd enjoy Ocarina of Time more than Mario 64.
It's
That
possible.
is very debatable.
It is very debatable, but I'd put money on that.
Yeah, because me personally, I like the Marios because it's just you go in, you play a level, play a game, and then you come back out, save it, and do it all over again. It's not like I have a mission I need to go do, which I told earlier I cannot do. We have a mission, you got to do it, have story, you have to pay attention to the story because it goes back into what you're going to do later on. I don't do that. So I like Mario.
I was about to say, I think a lot of people do because it's just a safe game, a safe formula that you can just follow no matter what game comes out. Unlike for Ocarina, the formula is the same, but not the story and not how to complete the side quests and even the main quest. So maybe that's why I like Ocarina better than Mario. I feel like Mario's just the same shit over and over.
That's why I like it.
The thing is, even when they try to be different, when they try to experiment, they're always successful. Look at Mario Galaxy. Completely different from, say, Mario Sunshine. Even Mario Sunshine had a different idea because of the water jetpack thing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, those different innovations, those different experimentations, are not as complex or what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not as crazy as you think it is. Let's look at 64 versus Galaxy. They play very similarly, actually. The only difference between 64 and Galaxy, other than the graphics obviously and the engine it plays on, is you play on a Wii controller. So you spin the Wii controller to make Mario spin. And then you just point the Wii controller at the screen and you can shoot little star bits.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're very similar as in their core gameplay of being 3D, running around and stuff. Galaxy does have the gravity stuff when you go from planet to planet, but like I said, it's nothing that actually crazy considering there's a good, I don't know, 10-year gap between the games as well. Mario
Right.
Sunshine was the most different, adding that backpack.
Odyssey too, they had just a little bit of difference with his cap, but that was it. There was nothing else to it.
Yeah, it was nothing well, actually, the cap is pretty game-changing, I would say that. But between Galaxy and 64, there wasn't anything super crazy game-changing. Unless you want to say the power-ups. But, like I said, 10 years difference between the games. You're going to have plenty of time to think of, unique power-ups.
Yeah, true.
But I know it sounds like I'm shitting on Mario Galaxy, but I'm really not. I do like the game.
You're here's everything why it should not be in the top 10 of this list.
You know what
But also I like
game?
it.
You know
Listen,
what
it's
game?
possible to talk critically about something you enjoy and still enjoy it, okay?
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
Me with Star Fox. Anyways, I think I've talked about Star Fox way too much these past 30 minutes.
Yeah, what game that I actually really enjoyed, and I haven't really had a chance to play it, is Sonic Colors, actually. I've been told...
The original or Ultimate?
The original on the Wii. I've been told it is a really fun game, and it's really beautiful.
As a Sonic fan, for me, it's pretty meh.
Really?
Okay, there's two things that I don't like about it. One is it's the fact that you have to play it on a Wii controller. It doesn't even give you the option to play it on a GameCube controller. No, here's the funny thing. On the original for the Wii, you can use the GameCube controller as a second player for its multiplayer, but you can't use it for single player. And that
Oh.
for me is stupid.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and then you can't play the single player with a Wiimote nunchuck. It has to be with the sideways Wiimote.
Yeah, that is kind of dumb. I don't like
That's-
playing games with that sideways Wiimote.
Yeah, it's dumb. And also the fact that because it was on the Wii, the graphics they look way more cheap, more like pixelated sort of. I don't want to say pixelated, like choppy.
Well, the Wii's graphics were capped at 480p. Where consoles like the 360 and the PS3 were hitting 1080p graphics.
Yeah, exactly. And then Colors came out after Unleashed. And on Unleashed, on the Xbox and the PS3, they looked incredible. Everyone has seen the opening cutscene where he's like busting through Eggman's forces, goes supersonic, all that shit. And then you go into Colors, which came out like 2 years later, and it's like super choppy. Doesn't look as good as Unleashed. And it's like you take 2 steps forward, or you take 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah.
I feel like Sega unfortunately rushes their shit instead of taking their time. Like, learn to take 2 to 3 years to make a Sonic game. Put your heart and soul into it and make a good game that players would love to play for years to come, and it would be okay to wait, right? Like Kingdom Hearts. We waited so long after 2. Okay, I'm talking about like the main story, right? Not like the side games that they made and all that. We waited 13 years or something like that for the third one to finally drop.
What year did the third one come out again?
2019.
It's mid-COVID, I think, is when it came out.
I don't think it was mid-COVID.
Was it in the beginning? I don't know.
It came out in 2019.
Oh, so I was right.
Just before.
It came out in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was 14 years.
Wow. But see, like, we waited that long. And at first it was like, hell yeah, it's worth the wait. And it was beautiful, and we finally got the end of the story. But we were willing to wait. Well, it's not a bad game. I just wanted more from it because of how the story was. It was still a fun game, and it was still good, and I'm not mad that that's what we got after
I'd argue
waiting
it's
for
bad.
so long. I don't think it's bad.
Okay.
The game that I really can't get over, or I can't even beat, is Chains of Memories. I'm having a hard time with that game.
Chains of Memories is definitely not that great.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 I could actually finish. Chains of Memories, I have not been able to finish it because the style that they've gone with this game, I'm just like, what the fuck is happening in this game? Like, I don't understand the mechanics. I run out of cards before the fight is even done. And I'm just like, what the hell am I supposed to do now?
Okay, well, that's just you being bad, because I never ran out of cards in my playthrough.
but that's my point. Like, I just couldn't understand the flow of it. I was just like, this is shit. This is bad. I do not like.
I will admit, though, the card system is definitely hit or miss. You either really love it or you really hate it. There is no in between. And I was definitely on the fence of not liking it. So I played through the game as Sora, and I did not bother replaying through it as Riku. I just looked up Riku's cutscenes.
Wait, you have to play it again as Riku?
Yeah, there's 2 campaigns. You play through the game as Riku.
Oh, thank God I just read the books.
Yeah, you have to replay it as Dante and then Virgil.
Same with like Birth by Sleep, where they had the 2 different campaigns. That was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I liked the new Dream Eaters. I thought they were really cute. Dream Eater.
You're confusing Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance.
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Dream Drop Distance.
Dream Drop Distance had 2 campaigns. Birth by Sleep had 3.
I meant Dream Drop Distance. I'm sorry. The one they came out for the 3DS, and I was like in fucking love with it. Had a lot of fun.
You know what? That's the one that the community hates too.
I know, but I actually am what is it called? Unpopular opinion that I actually enjoyed Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, I liked it too, mainly because of Flow Motion. Flow Motion was really fucking fun.
Oh yes, it changed the game. I don't give a damn what people say. It really did change the game having flow motion.
People shit on that game for being like too easy, not well balanced. Certain commands were just OP, which is true, but I enjoyed it.
I did too, and I enjoyed that playing Sora's side of the story and Riku's side of the story was like, oh, like it actually showed different stories and not just kind of like, oh, it's the same shit, but with
I mean, the whole
people.
time traveling thing's pretty scuffed,
Okay.
but it'd be like that.
Time travel.
I still stay true to my statement. The only game to do time travel correctly has been Ocarina of Time.
I guess.
It's the only game.
Why do I doubt that?
I mean, it's just simplistic. It's not even truly time travel. It's more like looking at a different dimension. Like the way how Link to the Past has like a dark.
All right,
light
that
bulb.
makes sense.
It's kind of how it works, really. But it is technically time travel.
Because I was gonna say, if you think that's the only game to do time travel right, Sonic 06 would like to have a word
Listen.
with you.
I never played those
Let me
six,
ask
so
you
I
this
have no
instead,
idea.
Francisco. What did Sonic 06 do right?
Oh, I'm kidding, bro. That game sucks.
Oh, I was about to say, like, I never played it, so I cannot give my
Did I
opinion
tell
on
you
that.
what moment
No, it's-
made me return that game back to GameStop?
You returned it?
Yes, it's one of the 2 games I've ever returned to GameStop in my life. You know what point made me do that, Francisco?
What point?
It's when you very first get the Light Dash shoes, I think it is, right?
Okay.
You get the Light Dash shoes to let you Light Dash through the rings that goes over the water to the next level, right?
Yeah.
I got the shoes, I went over and did it, and it didn't work, and I got launched into the fucking ocean. I walked up slowly, pressed
down smash.
square or X or whatever it was, and I just got fucking yeeted into the fucking ocean. And that was the moment I said, I'm returning this game.
That's amazing. I
That's
honestly,
fucking
this
hilarious.
That's
probably sounds
hilarious,
so
yeah.
stupid, but I honestly didn't know you could do that. Like return it once you've started playing it.
Return games.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah,
return period.
dude.
Back then, I think it was a week, and you had to have like the receipt and everything.
Yeah. It's
And
just 'cause-
I think they didn't give me my money back. They gave me in-store credit. So I got the game. I didn't get the game right when it came out. I got it like a couple years later, and it was only $20. And I used that money to instead buy a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game for the 360.
Yeah.
And I love that game.
I don't know. To me, it just seems like what stops someone from buying the game, finishing it in like friggin' 2-3 days, and then returning it? You know what I mean?
There is
Exactly.
that.
That's why I didn't really think about a return policy for GameStop. I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
There will be games where, like, as soon as you finish them, you're like, "Wow, that was great," and then you like would want to play it later on.
Yeah, there are cases like
So
that.
you would rob yourself of that luxury.
It's actually kind of crazy because now that you say that, Matcha, there's a policy on Steam where after you buy a game and you start playing it, once you hit the 2-hour mark of playing a game, you can no longer return the game to get a refund, right?
Yeah.
But there's this community of speedrunners that have been challenging themselves to speedrun games like Elden Ring and Dark Souls. And so they create a new account and then they buy a new game. And they say, can I speedrun this game quick enough so I can get a refund? So they try to beat the game in under 2 hours so they can still get their money back.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's actually, it's funny, but it's pretty wild. But that's exactly my point. Like, that's why I didn't think Best Buy, once you opened and played it, would have a return policy. Like, I get it if you give it back to them still wrapped, right? It was a birthday present. Give your money back. But, like, playing it and then be like, wow, this sucks, have it back. I never thought of it.
Well, yeah, they need to have...
Back in the day,
Well-
you could rent games and then give it
Well,
back.
you can still do that
Okay,
today.
I'm not an
Um,
idiot either. I remember
I'm saying, like-
Blockbuster.
You could just rent
Well, that's
it.
still a thing today. Not as common, but that's still a thing, renting games. But they needed to have that return policy because there's cases where, for example, you buy a used game, right? You don't know what condition that game's in. You don't know if it's scratched or if it's got like a bump or if it doesn't work at all. Or if you get to a certain point and then the game stops working. So they have to have the return policy for that particular reason. Or two, you just straight up don't like the game you got. Like, what if you buy a game and you're like, this game's awful? You know, you got to give it back. Which is why I'm pretty sure they only give you a week. Or maybe it was 5 days. It was something like that. Not super long. I don't quite remember how long it was. And you needed the receipt. If you got rid of the receipt, you couldn't get a refund.
Don't.
So you better open that bitch as soon as you get
Yeah.
home.
Okay, then how? Open it up, turn it on.
There's even
I-
like some games will just refuse to give you a refund. Like, I don't know if I told you. I know you know Junior, but the game We Happy Few, I got it off of Best Buy, and I tried to return it like a few days later, and they said, "Oh yeah, we don't do returns on video games."
Damn, so you got stuck with that shit.
Which I got stuck with it, but I think I gave it to you.
Did you give it to me?
I don't know. Did I? Because I know for sure I don't own it.
I don't think
Oh,
I
you
own
know
that.
what? I think I sold it to GameStop or something.
That makes sense. Yeah, they probably gave you like 2 pennies for that game.
Take it away,
Yeah.
Penny.
It's oh man, We Happy Few is one of the only games I have ever returned. I think I'm with Junior. It's one of the only 2 games I have ever returned in my life.
Don't back to
The-
renting games. Don't they have people to test them? Like when someone gives it to them and it's like you can rent it out, or like
You mean if the
Like-
store you're buying it from has like a little thing in the back to test the game, make sure it works?
yeah, like at the very least the employees tests it out first.
It depends on where you go. If you go to like, let's say GameStop, for example, I'm pretty sure they don't do that actually. But if you go to like a local shop, I'm pretty sure they will. Especially if it's a shop that's known for like used games or refurbished games or something like that. Like I think Bookman's will do that. I think Bookman's will like test games or CDs and stuff to make sure they work. But sometimes, sometimes it's just someone's console. Like I can have a disc that'll work on my Xbox, but if I put it on another Xbox that's like kind of beat up, that Xbox just won't read that disc for some reason.
Like my computer.
Sure,
Well, it doesn't read the mic.
that's a different case.
Well, I'm just saying it reads on yours, it doesn't read on mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was
don't-
just thinking about that in the silence over here. So
I know GameStop does test consoles because you could be trying to sell them like a busted console, you know? They have to plug it into a TV. You have to bring all your wires attached and all that stuff, and then they test it and they're like, all right, you're good to like sell this.
Yeah.
Which is pretty smart.
Yeah.
Or else I would have sold my OG Xbox to them a long time ago. Get some moolah for a new one.
I just remember
rip out the hard drive.
GameStop. I just remember GameStop being so fun to visit back when I was younger, and now I'm just like, why? Like, I have no purpose of going there anymore. Especially now, I can just buy my stuff digitally, and the merch in there is just way more expensive than just buying it online.
I still go to GameStop
The
for
merch?
some things.
The merch is pretty expensive, but I love seeing what kind of like stuff they have, like Funko Pops, fig pins, mugs. I even saw like a super small Mandalorian coffee maker that I wanted to put on top of my desk, and I'm like, ugh, I need to resist. I don't need it.
Well, that's
Uh,
cool. At least that they have something that's nice, but it's just, I don't know. It's too goddamn expensive in there now for that stuff.
I think the wonder has died in our eyes now that we're older. It's kind of like Hot Topic, right? You used to go there all the time when you were,
Oh,
middle school, high schooler and stuff. But now going back as an adult, it's like, this is some cheap shit. This shit sucks. This is overpriced. This isn't even my style anymore. Things like that. I think GameStop is kind of
Yeah.
like that for us, where we kind of outgrew it. Not
That's
denying
true.
that there's been changes. It definitely has changed over the years, like the merch, for example. But I still go to GameStop every once in a while because I prefer getting physical copies of my games, just because I don't like digital copies unless there's like a cracking deal on digital. For example, that Super Mash game where you can mash 2 different genres.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was on sale. I got it for $3.
Damn!
yeah, I get that.
Steam sale, but for Xbox.
Pretty much, yeah. So unless it's like a crazy deal, I'll try to get my game physically, just because I like having the physical copy. One, because it looks nice on a collector's thing, like on a shelf, and two, if for whatever reason in the future, like a game gets canceled because people think it's offensive, even if you own it digitally, if they remove it from like the shop, you won't be able to access it anymore. Or if you have the physical version, you still can.
Yeah, I get that with my books. I would rather have
Yo.
a book in my hand than reading it on the phone. Just because it's nice to have, and I put it on my bookshelves, and all the other colors go together well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've done a thing where I will get it online for free or something, and then order it because I liked it so much. So I get that a lot.
Yeah.
That's
I just feel
actually
like-
a great segue into the topic that I was going to talk to you guys about. You guys know the game Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
No.
Yes.
So, to those that don't know, it's a game that came out like in 2005. And you get to play as like a shit ton of Marvel characters like Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and you just follow like a campaign where you need to stop Doctor Doom from like doing evil shit, whatever. And I was talking to my fiance and I'm like, yo, I just remembered that I played this game when I was little. We should totally play it sometime. And I went to the Xbox Marketplace to see if it was available, and it was. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to download it. We're going to play it. We're going to have fun. And when I looked on there, so the game, you can see it on the Marketplace, but it does not give you the option to buy it. It'll say, like, look at available buying options, and then it'll say, like, not available. Which is freaking weird. Have you guys ever heard of a digital game where you can't buy it even though it's right there? You're like looking at it.
Not a game. That's happened to me with like movies. Like trying to like you look up a movie like on Amazon, but then when you try to play it or something, it says, "Oh, cannot be played. You must purchase it first." But there's no purchasing options or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's happened to me with movies, but never for a game.
That's happened to me
Yeah.
with movies, and I'm pretty sure the reason why is because your region has it like taken off.
Oh, it's region locked.
Yeah, like how when I go on Netflix, I can't watch Teen Wolf here in the States. Go to Mexico and I can.
Sounds like
So-
you need to download ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is great because
Yo, we're not sponsored, man. We need money for this
I
shit.
know, but I actually
Why?
use ExpressVPN, so I can tell you.
Oh.
Anyways.
One day we'll
But
get
yeah.
to sponsorship so people can fast forward that part.
Hopefully, yeah. Just skip like a minute into the podcast, or be like the TMG podcast where we like cut in the middle and we already have like a pre-recorded commercial.
Oh yeah.
I love those guys, man.
Actually, their 300th. Wow,
The 300.
the accents are coming out of me. Their 300th episode came out a few days ago, and that's a pretty funny episode.
Nice. Just like Ruby earlier,
Nice.
instead of saying oh shit, I lost it. She says F instead of like she goes. You're talking about Legend of Zelda. What is it called again?
Ocarina of Time.
Okay, well I don't remember that. But
What?
her accent came
I'm
out strong.
confused. I'm a little confused what we're talking to me about.
Your voice.
I'm having speech impediments today. Anyways, what were you saying, Francisco?
Oh yeah, so with Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I looked it up, like on Reddit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on? And it turns out that Xbox has had licensing issues with Marvel. And because of those licensing issues, they took Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Ultimate Alliance 2 off of the store. No, like, they didn't take it off the store, they just made it unavailable for you to buy it.
Xbox
All because of
itself-
licensing issues. And I'm like, damn, I hope it gets settled soon. And it turns out that they've had the game unavailable since 2019.
Damn, son.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's like, fuck, I will never get it. I will never be able to play this game ever again. Try looking it up on Amazon, and it's like $50.
It's just like the Sony and Marvel dispute that happened, remember? Sony, Marvel, and Disney all had a thing. Well,
Yeah,
with the Spider-Mans.
but that's exactly my point. That's why I like getting physical copies of games.
Yeah, that's the reason why I have Burnout. I was able to like enjoy it, have fun today, when I wouldn't be able to do that in the first place if I didn't have the physical copy.
Yeah. Which Marvel Ultimate Alliance is it? Is it for the 360?
Yeah.
I found a copy
The
of it
one
for
that
$10.
Where, on eBay?
No, not on eBay.
Where it?
Some random website. Hold on. Let me click the link.
Oh, virus. Malware.
It's the game only, so does it come with like the case or anything? Does it come with the art or the manual or nothing?
Oh, no. I don't like that.
And I think it's used as well.
Well, if it doesn't come
I
with
don't
a
mind if
box,
it's...
I can assume it's used.
But it's $10. So, not the biggest
Man.
risk you could take.
Yeah, not the biggest risk, but at the same time, I would love the box.
Shipping would be like $50. Watch.
What I do sometimes, which with some games that I can't find in my local stores, is I'll find them online. And there are people who will sell the case separately. And so if I find a game online for cheap, but it doesn't come with the case, I'll later buy the case on its own. And they'll both be like $10. So I'll spend $20 total for both of them. I did that with Bayonetta. I also did that with Black Ops 3 as well.
Ah. That's actually pretty smart.
Big Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
Nah, I don't know. Just,
But yeah, I want to replay Marvel Ultimate Alliance because I found out that back then when I owned it, I didn't own it, I rented it. I wasn't playing right because it's supposed to be like an RPG where I'm not sure if you level up, but as you progress through the story, you get items that you can equip to your hero, and it gives you like bonuses to make the game like easier. And I never knew how to use them, so I ignored them, and the game was like way hard for me. I was still able to beat it, but it was really freaking hard. And I want to know what I missed out on because this is back then before I understood like RPG elements.
yeah.
You know, on the topic of games, since we were talking about this earlier, Francisco, The Wolf Among Us and games like it. I personally am playing the Walking Dead games,
Yeah.
and I'm having a great time. I love games like that, but I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. So, Ruby, how do you feel about games like that?
They have to be done really well. I really enjoy the Wolf Among Us, but for The Walking Dead, I just couldn't get into it. Like, there's something about that game that was kind of boring, honestly.
I get it. I just finished episode 2, and the story starts like a little slow, and there's not like exactly a whole bunch of action all the time every time. But I really enjoy it. I love zombie anything, and so it's really interesting to me.
That was also Telltale's first game as well, The Walking Dead.
That'll do, donkey.
Really, I thought it was the Wolf Among Us.
No, it came afterwards.
That was The Walking Dead.
Damn.
The Wolf Among Us was one of their later ones.
The Wolf Among Us is awesome. I love it. Great,
Yes,
like
the zombie game.
great, interesting story, and I think all the voice actors are really good. Like they match. And it's the first game, if I'm not mistaken, that I ever completely finished it.
What are your thoughts on it?
I just told you my thoughts, dude.
Are you gonna play season 2?
Yeah, when it comes out, definitely.
It's already out, bro. In fact, it's been out for years now.
No, season 2 of the Wolf Among Us.
Oh no, I thought we were talking about The Walking Dead.
No, I said The Wolf Among Us is so good. Blah, 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 blah.
Balala.
Yeah. But
Oh,
The
okay.
Walking Dead so far, which I did already say, is good. I obviously suck at games, so I get a little frustrated, but it's good. I like it. I'm interested in the story. The decisions are even harder to make, though. Because in The Wolf Among Us, it's all like, be nice to this person or be a dick, you know, and I will choose A or B, right? The Wolf Among Us, it's
Right.
like, or The Walking Dead is like, kill this person or kill this other person or kill them both. Like, those are your options. And I'm like, Jesus, I don't know. Steal people's food or starve. And I'm like, I can't make these decisions. I'm not qualified
Those
for
are the-
this.
I will have to say, I do enjoy Telltale games, like the idea of it, but I've only played 2, so I want to play a third one to be like, you know what, actually I do like these games, or be like, nah, I guess The Wolf Among Us was just unique.
So
Because I want to play the Minecraft one, maybe that one would be pretty fun.
There's a Minecraft one?
yes. So a couple things about Telltale games because I just looked it up. The Walking Dead was not their first game. I thought it was. Turns out they made a game back in 2005 called Telltale Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em?
Texas Hold'em.
No idea what that is.
Hold up.
As well as a bunch of other games like CSI Hard Case, CSI Dimensions of Murder, whatever. And to my knowledge, these all play similarly to the other games that they've made. But the one that really put them on the map, I imagine, was The Walking Dead because that was the first time I ever heard of them personally. But they've also made Back to the Future game. They also did Jurassic
shit.
Park.
Jurassic Park. I would like to watch or play that one.
And
Yeah.
all of these were Telltale games.
Yes, I'm looking at the list of Telltale games. Tales of the Borderlands, you know that one, Francisco? They did Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, I knew that one too. The Minecraft one, of course, there are different various Walking Dead ones, like Season 2, Walking Dead Michonne, blah, blah, blah. There was the Batman one. They did Guardians of the Galaxy. I actually didn't know that. I didn't know they did Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think I do remember hearing about it, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
And then some other games I've never heard about.
Wait, Ruby, so which games have you played by them?
I've only played The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us.
Okay, the next one you should play is Tales. But don't play with Ben around.
Oh, like Tales of the Borderland?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to play that game. It sounds really, really fun.
So I have a copy of it, but it's for the 360, and I think you could just buy it online. Hold on. Actually, I don't know if it's available on the marketplace. Let me check.
Well, Ruby will be playing
And
on
if
her
it is,
computer,
it's probably
so
expensive.
you'll be playing it through Steam, which I can check right now if it's on here.
I think it is, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. $20 for 5 episodes, and each episode is about an hour or so. Because Junior, I know we played it, but we only got to the first episode, and that took a while.
Yeah, we finished episode 1, and then we were like, "Oh, this is awesome! We should keep going to episode 2," and then it never happened.
Yeah,
It's-
but
yeah, $20 on Steam as well, Ruby. I don't know if it comes with all the episodes though, because
it should.
Telltale does that thing where you buy episode 1, and then they're like, "Okay, episode 1's done. Wait till episode 2 comes out," and then you wait a few months. Then episode 2 drops, and that's $15, and then you keep going until season 1's over. So I don't know if you buy it right now if it'll come with all the episodes.
I don't know either.
You would think that there's a pack on there or a sale, buy Tales of the Borderlands and episodes 1 through 5 for this much,
That usually is a thing, but I'm not seeing it right here. Wait, there's Tales of the Borderlands for $20, and then there's New Tales of the Borderlands, which is half off for $25. Oh, this one should be all the. This one should be all the chapters.
No. New Tales from the Borderlands is the second game I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
The one that has pretty shitty reviews.
Oh yes,
I was so excited for it too.
It does have mixed reviews on Steam here. Oh, it's not developed by Telltale. It was made by Gearbox themselves.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Well, Gearbox doesn't exactly make that bad games, but I guess this just wasn't their forte.
Maybe they just aren't good at that type of game.
Damn. Real sad boy hours. I'm gonna pour one out for the homies real quick. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it comes with all the episodes or not, but I'm not 100% sure. This includes all 5 episodes. Okay, yeah, it does. So for $20, you can get all 5 episodes. That's a cracking deal, because if you were getting them when they were coming out, it would have come out to like $70.
Yep. That's why for those kind of games, it's just better to wait.
Yeah.
Ruby, if you're gonna play it soon, let me know because I actually want to see you play through this. It's really funny.
Okay.
It is a funny game, yeah.
He told me the same thing.
Same thing with you, Mecha. When you start playing it, I want to be there.
Yeah, I know you told me already. IHOB.
iFob.
iHeartRadio.
Dude, who uses iHeartRadio still?
No one.
I never
Mencha
did,
does,
actually.
I thought you used
Excuse
iHeartRadio.
No, never.
What's that? Oh, what's that other station you use besides Pandora?
I use Spotify.
Oh, that's what it's called. Never mind.
Want a break from the ass?
I don't have ads, you peasant.
You totally misheard me, but okay.
Want a break from the ass? I heard you. I'm just saying I don't have ads.
Yeah, you don't get ass either.
I have plenty to go around. Man.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I got that student account. I pay like $2 or something ridiculous. Ridiculously
Yo, can I get a
low.
student account when I'm not a student?
No, they actually verify your student account with like your student ID and where you go and whatever.
Damn, your social security and all that
Yeah, I have to redo it like every year, I think.
Damn. I'm going to start going to school just to get discounts.
I take one class and you're good.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I
One of your
have,
classmates just turns to you like, what are you majoring in? I'm just like,
I'm just here. No, for real. I get Disney Plus for $5. I get Amazon Prime for like it used to be $5, but they raised the prices, so I get it for $7 now. And then I do Spotify for like, if I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like $2 too. So, and then I get Hulu for another like $4 or something ridiculous.
You're getting all of these subscriptions for the price of one of them.
Exactly. So it's
all
worth
because you go to school and won't have time to watch everything.
Yeah, no kidding. That's why I give all of my logins to everybody else. I'm like, you guys have fun. I take my
And then they're like,
90-hour
no,
courses.
password sharing.
Meanwhile, you
You
guys
don't have enough scarabs.
Meanwhile, you guys are using my Funimation and my Crunchyroll.
That's true.
The accounts that matter.
Yeah, but we're all using the same Netflix and Max.
I actually have my own Hulu too, so
Oh, well, delete that shit. I get it for freaking cheap.
no, I don't want you to see my watch history.
Ooh. Do you have ads?
Do I have ads? No.
Yeah. Okay, that's the difference. I actually have ads.
Oh no.
I pay super low, but I get ads.
See, that's dumb. Why even pay for it if you're still gonna get ads? Just cancel that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just use yours.
No.
Well, there you go.
You can watch Hulu for free with ads. Like you can go on the website for free with ads. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
I don't-
Which is why I have to pay for ads.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with Hulu, you need to pay in order to watch it. I think what you're thinking of, Junior, is Peacock.
I've never used Peacock, so I wouldn't. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of Crunchyroll. You can watch Crunchyroll
Yeah,
for free with
Crunchyroll
ads.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not Hulu.
No, you must
Not
be talking
Max.
about Funimation. Because with Crunchyroll, you need, like, an account and all that shit.
No,
You-
I must be thinking of Peacock.
You need an account, but you don't have to pay for anything. You could just make an account.
There's also a shit ton of shows that you can't watch because it's on Crunchyroll Premium.
I got that premium, bro.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's like, what about the other guys, huh? I'm trying to watch Blue Lock here. I've been trying to watch Blue Lock for the past, like, 5 months. And I can't because of fucking premium membership.
What about all
You-
the peasants out there?
Didn't I give you my login?
No, you gave me your login for Funimation.
Oh,
No
use my
password.
Crunchyroll. Danny and Evander watch Blue Lock on my Crunchyroll.
They're watching Blue Lock fucking...
Yeah, they watch it on my Crunchyroll.
Oh, yeah, Danny was talking to me about Blue Lock, and I'm like, I haven't seen it.
Damn, you're like their sugar daddy.
I'll text you. I'm everybody's sugar daddy. I'm everybody's sugar daddy. I'm buying everybody's shit all the time.
That's true. He
Thank
just
you,
bought,
G-
he just
G-Daddy.
bought me dinner.
Sugar G Daddy.
Yeah.
That's why they call me daddy.
It should be Instead of G Daddy, it should be S Daddy.
I'll send you my info later, Francisco.
Alright, sounds good.
Because
I'm binging it.
the only thing I'm using right now is Funimation because I'm still watching Hellsing.
Ultimate?
Yeah, I watch like an episode a week.
Really?
Damn. It's like when it's barely coming out every Saturday.
Yeah, except the show's already been out for like 10 years.
Yeah.
We need to watch Dr. Stone. We need to get together, make some time, and do that.
Tomorrow.
You're right,
Ruby, you're coming down tomorrow, aren't you?
That's the plan.
Master Chief.
We can watch Dr. Stone there. Oh, wait, no. No, but Francisco's coming over. He's not going to know what's happening. We can't watch Dr. Stone tomorrow. Never mind.
Well, he's not gonna come at the same time.
That depends. When do we start jacking?
No.
Anyways, I work tomorrow and I get off at 5:30,
Yeah.
and I thought Danny said like we were gonna play Don't Make Cry.
Danny can do whatever
That's
the hell he
true.
wants, but I'm watching something.
That's true. Dang did tell you that.
That is gonna be later on because I don't know what time you guys are gonna like hang out.
I should be getting home fairly early tomorrow, actually. So, pretty much you can show up whenever you want, Ruby.
I plan to show up in the morning.
Sounds good to me. Match and Danny will be here.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
of course,
the Mighty Beans talking about personal plans on the podcast.
I know. We're like, hey guys, come on over.
This is quality content here, guys.
Sounds so interesting.
We're making bulgogi for dinner.
And when I listen to it back later, if it's boring enough, I'll delete it.
Yeah, like the whole mop episode. The whole mop story.
Bring a bucket and a mop.
That's a wet ass mop.
Now, there was an episode, I think it was the pilot, when somebody was talking about...
Ruby and Instagram.
Yeah, Ruby was talking about Instagram. And I was like, this is so fucking boring. And I just cut out the whole thing. It was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I listened back to
Wait,
it. And I
what
was like,
was
he really
Instagram?
did cut it out.
Ruby was complaining about how you can't, like, edit your images on Instagram, like the scaling. Right, Ruby?
yes.
Yeah, it was boring. The problem with that conversation in particular is there's no visual to go with it. So if
Yeah.
you're just sitting there trying to imagine it, it doesn't really work out very well.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe later on, if we can add visuals, it'll be better.
Maybe.
Like adding visuals for that tier list we did.
Peer
no,
list?
No, you're talking about the tire list.
Listen,
Oh yeah, the tire
it was
list.
only up for a couple hours. like
Ruby,
that.
did we tell you?
No.
Let me tell you something, okay? So, as you know, Junior uploaded that 7-hour freaking episode, right?
Yeah.
So he took it down, re-uploaded it, and when it finally finished, we were sitting in the living room watching stuff on YouTube, and the notification popped up, and we're like, "Oh my god, look! It's our podcast!" But we read it, and Danny goes, "You spelled tier wrong." We're like, "What?" He said tire list instead of tier list.
Oh my god.
He was like, ah, shit. He had to go on his phone real quick and try and edit the tier or the tire back to tier list.
Listen, why you gotta call me out like that, okay?
Jesus.
Nobody would have known if you hadn't said anything.
Yeah, but
I
it was
think it would've
funny.
been
I had to
funny.
bring it up.
Yo,
Disney
everyone
tire
everyone is saying like, oh, it's supposed to be tier list, and we try to fix it. Meanwhile, I'm like, we could trademark that shit. The Mighty Beans podcast, we make tire lists.
Hey, I used to work at a tire shop. I can make you a tier list of tires right now.
Number 1, Goodyear.
No.
And number 55.
Number 2,
Goodyear.
bad year.
You're going to have a bad year if you get Goodyear tires.
No.
All right.
Yo, that's like a good counter ad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like, what do you even call that? An advertisement that exists solely to like blast a company.
Smear campaign.
What would that be called?
It's called illegal. That's what
a
it's called.
smear campaign.
And yes, that is also true, Mitch.
Yeah, it's called illegal. You can't do it.
Illegal. So you're telling me I can't exercise my First Amendment rights?
It's illegal to create an advertisement that solely shit talks another brand.
Yeah. Have you seen the politician
Oh.
ads?
Yeah, I was gonna say you could totally do that when you're running for president.
You totally can't.
They skirt the line by, barely saying or doing things, but to just go up there and be like, Burger King can eat my ass because it tastes like ass. Is like you're not allowed to do that. That's defecation.
Yeah.
I mean, not defecation.
Yes, it is. Defecation.
So that's how you use that word.
It's defamation, dude. Defamation is what you're thinking of here.
Yes, definitely.
When they do those political ads and they say
Someone's dying.
Bruh. Take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Defecation. Defecation. No breathing.
don't give a shit
Anyways, you can get sued for that.
for a lot.
Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, they have to tell like straight facts like, oh, last year so and so voted for this. I have your best interest at mind. That's how they do it.
Yeah, because that's technically not. I almost said defecation.
It's not like derogatory. No,
God damn it.
derogatory isn't the right word either.
if you point out a fact about somebody, but like in a semi-negative way, it's not the same. Like what Matt just said. If you're talking about another senator or something, and you're running against them, and you know the senator voted for, let's say they voted that making abortions are illegal, right? In your campaign, you
Right.
could be like, hey, this person voted that abortions should be illegal. That's not that great, right? I didn't vote for that. You should vote for me.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Like, you could do that, yeah. But you can't be like, this dude's a piece
Yo.
of shit.
You should never vote for him. He does not like you. He does. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I have a video from this senator of him hitting the gritty 50 years ago. You want someone like this leading the country?
Oh my gosh, he was widowy hitting the witty.
This is him doing the L dance from Fortnite. 60 years ago, you want someone like this
His gamer
on your seat?
tag was Solo Swag Killer. Do you want a president that is known as Solo Swag Killer? I didn't think so.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's the most of it out.
Your Honor, I got some evidence right here. His gamer tag used to be Eat That P45.
No! Dude, did you hear about his apology video?
His quote-unquote apology video, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about that?
Who?
EDP?
I don't even know.
Is it that black dude?
Black dude?
I don't know if I was gonna offend anybody
That-
by saying that. I got scared a little. I scared myself. I was like, black dude.
You just triggered Metch's fight or flight instinct.
I was like, I'm brown. I still get the pass though.
Ruby, do you know who EDP is?
I've heard the name, but I don't know what video you're talking about.
Do
we
you
watched.
know...
Sorry, we watched this video together. When Staples dude, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm talking to Ruby now.
Sorry, my bad. All right. Anyways,
Do you
continue.
know what he did?
No.
So long story short, a couple of years ago, this guy named EDP, also known as Eat That Pussy, was caught in
that's nice.
he was caught in a setup where these guys were pretending to be an underage girl, and they set up like a meetup for him, and they went and
Yes!
caught him in the act.
Yes. Wasn't he kicked off YouTube and he just came back or some shit like that? Like, I heard of this story,
So,
but I don't know what's the new thing about it.
so he got bullied off the internet as well as out of life because anytime he tried to hold down a job somewhere, like in the real world, people would find him and report him and get him fired, basically. So he couldn't
Oh,
hold down
wow.
a job or anything, and he kept getting bullied off the internet because, you know, people don't like pedophiles, and I'm a part of that. You know,
I
I'm
respect
part of
it.
that train. I also don't like pedophiles.
Me neither.
Yeah, they
But-
don't fucking belong here.
But he posted a video. I don't know where, because he's been on YouTube, I think. I don't know where he posted this video.
Probably Twitter.
But it was basically him saying that he is he acknowledges the things he did were wrong. He's seeking help. He's seeking therapy, and he's trying to move on from the situation or whatever. But like, he doesn't do it in like a way that seems very sincere. Like he actually means
he's
it.
Genuine.
he's not apologetic. He's just like speaking off a script.
He also doesn't acknowledge what it was he did exactly. He was just like, you know, that thing, you know, just like not trying to bring light to what it was he did, right? But everybody knows what he did.
I think that video was up on Instagram. I think is where he put that.
It probably got passed around. I don't know where it was uploaded originally, though.
Okay.
And I think, if I remember correctly, he was also eating a cupcake in the video.
Oh my god.
Which, the story is when he got caught trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl. His excuse was, I was just here to get cupcakes.
That's
Oh my god.
So the fact that he's eating a cupcake in this fucking video,
That's fucking gross. That's disgusting.
It doesn't really seem like he's actually being sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? On the subject of apology videos, did you guys see or do you guys know about Miranda Sings?
Colleen Ballinger?
Yeah.
I do know about this.
Yeah. You guys?
Yep.
Ruby?
No, I'm new to this part.
So, Colleen Ballinger is also known as Miranda Sings. It's like her character. And this person, she would go on YouTube and make all these different videos about whatever bullshit. I never liked them.
I never liked her either.
Yeah, just annoying. You can look her up. But the point is, she's being accused of, and you can jump in at any time to correct me, but like child grooming and being very inappropriate with the kids she was with, and because she's focused or targeted kids in her videos. And she actually had this whole thing with JoJo Siwa while JoJo was a kid, and she would tell kids, like, why are you dressed like that? You're asking to be seen, and you're so inappropriate, and this is what a prostitute looks like, and this is what a safe person looks like. There's a whole bunch of videos circling right now. But she released an apology, a song. An apology. It's not even an apology video. I can't even call it that. She literally got on a ukulele and started singing about, what did she call it? The drama train or the...
I thought it was the apology song.
It was the train of misinformation, I think she was what she called
something like that. Where she gets on a ukulele and starts playing it, and she starts singing, like, the lyrics are basically her saying,
I can neither conform nor deny these accusations.
Rumors are hurtful and harmful, and you shouldn't be on this train of rumors, and she says, like, I'm sorry if anyone was hurt or affected by my actions, but I didn't mean anything by it, basically.
Isn't that song on Spotify or iTunes? Isn't she also, like, selling the song, if I remember reading it correctly?
I don't know about that, but basically what happened, what Mecha was saying, yeah, she's singing, but there are some parts where she's just talking normally. But the whole video is basically her just denying the allegations and saying that nothing is true and that people are just jumping to conclusions and they're riding the train of misinformation.
Yeah.
But she does nothing to actually prove that these things are not true. She just is saying that they're not true and she's denying it, but she's not providing any evidence to back her up.
And you know what? I went into a rabbit hole and started watching, like, old videos of her. And she would go on tour, like, actually go on tour and have kids, like, come up on stage and, like, do bits and skits with her. And watching some of them, I'm like, how was this okay? Like, where are the parents? Why does she think this is okay? She's a grown-ass adult. Like, what was going through everybody's heads, to make this okay? It's
what
you
bits
should look
do you
them
mean?
up. They're creepy. Like, well, I shouldn't say. They're uncomfortable. You know what I mean? If that was, like, one of my little family members, our, like, 10-year-old, I'd be like, get down the stage. We're leaving. Like, this is creepy.
But are they actually creepy, or are you looking at it through, like, a creeped out mind because now you're aware of the allegations?
No, they're actually weird. There was a video of a girl who went on stage in a dress for a bit, and Miranda Sings, Colleen, whatever, has her lay on the floor and opens her legs while she's standing on top of her.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool.
Yes.
Oh.
And that girl in the video actually came out and says, had a whole video of her own, but she said, thankfully, she chose to wear spandex underneath, because if not, she would have had just the whole stage, everybody could see, because she was on stage.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's just straight up not okay. It's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, she said kind of a weird thing, you know? It's just not okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you're pretty much exposing yourself in front of everybody. How did this not get seen earlier?
Exactly. I was just that girl in the video. She came out and said she felt awful. She felt like she was assaulted because hundreds of people in the crowd. There's cameras everywhere, and she was laying on the floor exposed. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. How did nobody see this beforehand?
What-
How did nobody know?
What is it with these fucking celebrities? Just don't touch kids. Stop doing this shit with minors. You're fucking adults. Like, come on, man.
Well, they're not fucking adults, and that's the problem.
I was gonna make a
Well-
joke like that,
Well,
but I didn't know if I was.
I guess poor word choice from my part.
And you're not supposed to come on
Cue
anyway.
that-
No, I'm kidding.
Cue that Joker meme. Poor choice of words.
But for reals, it's like I feel like all these scandals are really coming into light these past couple of years.
I think what it is these people always existed, but now it's a lot easier to expose them with like, you know, the
Yeah.
internet and stuff.
You're getting caught.
Me too.
But what?
Oh no.
Hey yo!
Oh, you mean the
No.
Me Too movement? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were like coming out to us for a second. I was already got 911 dialed up.
I know. I was like,
Wait,
what?
what?
I was
Oh.
about to fucking hang up on this call.
Oh.
They're about to take you to your motherland, dude.
Francisco just now realizing what he did.
Yeah.
I'm just now realizing, yeah, because I was talking about the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Wait,
Nah,
what's
bro,
the Me
that
Too
was-
movement?
The Me
It's
Too
people
movement
who
was.
came.
Go ahead.
It was this movement of people who've been raped or assaulted. They didn't speak up at the time. That are now coming out telling their stories.
Oh, Me Too. Okay, I got it. The sad thing
Yeah, that's
about
when the whole
that,
like Smash Bros. Allegations came out for everyone.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sad thing about that though is that there are actual people, men and women, because it happens to men too, that actually get assaulted and come out and say something. But then there's the other half of people who see a famous rich person and is like, oh my god, I want money too. And it's hard for everybody involved.
Do you guys know?
That's what happened to Syndicate.
Wait, what happened to Syndicate?
A while ago, he was allegedly accused about touching a woman, about doing stuff with a minor and all that. And he came out with a statement saying, you know, this is not to be said in public. This will be done, you know, behind the scenes, on court and stuff like that. And all the information started coming out that that girl was just after clout, just wanted money from him. And I can't say the goddamn word.
Accusations?
The accusations were false.
That's what happened with Tobuscus.
But because
I know
a
there were
rumor happened-
accusations towards him. I don't know if they were confirmed real or not, though.
Yeah, you know what? I think like the first episode or the pilot episode, we talked about this. I looked it up. His girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend, I believe, accused him of assault, and he was fine. Like, he didn't do it.
He
just-
wasn't actually.
They were just
Okay.
accusing him, if I remember correctly. That's what happened.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that like when you open your mouth, whether there's evidence behind it or not, it ruins a person's image and career forever. No matter what. And for these women to just fucking say this shit just to get attention or money or whatever it is they were trying to, like, there's a special place in hell for you.
Yeah, especially
Because even though Syndicate was proven innocent, it still ruined his image and something he can never get back because of that false accusation.
Especially because in situations, it becomes like the boy who cried wolf, you know? All these women start coming out and saying something, and then the one woman who actually had something happen to her is being drowned out by all the false accusations, you know what I mean?
Here's my biggest issue with the Me Too movement was, one, it did draw up a lot of false accusations, which is true. And two, it encouraged a lot of people to start bringing this stuff up, but online, on social media, when in reality, it should be dealt with in the court of law. You might get social justice in the eyes of like the public and like in the internet and stuff by doing that. But in reality, nothing's gonna happen from it. Nothing's really gonna stop unless you truly bring it like to the legal system. For example, EDP, he did get canceled for reals. He is actually fucked because of how bad that situation was. But because this wasn't done through the court of law, he's a free man. He's still walking around. He can still go out and be a danger to children to this day.
I agree.
You know, like, yeah, you managed to cut his platform, so it's not as easily accessible anymore, but he can still go out and do it.
Yeah.
Something that I'm proud of.
Nelly.
Nelly?
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
What happened to
That
him?
dude, he was busted for child trafficking.
Really?
Yeah, oh, he's in prison.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Damn.
Nelly? You mean the guy that did that one song, It Was Only Just a Dream?
That was
That
him
Nelly?
too?
I don't know if that's him, but
Hold on. Are you sure you're not talking about R. Kelly?
yeah.
We do know R. Kelly.
You're talking about R.
R.
Kelly.
Kelly for sure did get busted as well.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
He did the
I thought you were
remix.
saying Nelly as a nickname for him because it is R. Kelly.
No, I'm thinking of R. Kelly.
R. Kelly did the remix to Ignition. Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Mama rolling that body, got every man.
Got
in
every
here
man
wishing.
in here wishing.
Yeah. And he did the
Okay,
Trapped
well
in
then-
the Closet song too.
Maybe I'm thinking of him then, but he was busted for the child trafficking and he got thrown into prison.
R. Kelly wasn't for child trafficking, I thought it was for sexual assault.
Well, someone needs to Google this shit because I'm getting it all confused and I don't have my phone with me.
Something that I'm proud of, though,
Yeah,
being
I'll-
part of the furry community, is when it comes to that stuff, people do something, and we try to get them kicked out of conventions, offline, whatever, and take it to court. Just recently, there was a big, like, pedo groomer that was part of the community that just actually got put to court, and he's going through his trial right now. And that's something that I'm really proud of, that we get them the fuck out. Like, we do not welcome them at all.
Yeah, these things need to be disputed with the law. You can't just be pointing fingers online saying he raped me. You know, like it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a temporary solution, not a permanent one.
It's not a solution. It
It
just
still is.
draws
Yeah,
attention.
and then the-
It
doesn't
still
solve
is a
anything.
solution because when you draw attention to something that's bad, it allows people to know that it's bad, which is good. You want people to know that something is bad. For example, EDP. Everybody now knows that he's, a predator, a child molester or whatever. So people know to avoid him. People know to not, be in contact with him. People now know that when they see him in public to tell wherever he's working so they can fire his ass,
To me, it doesn't seem like a solution. To me, a solution is they go to court and he has to go to prison for 5 years. That to me is a solution.
Like I'm saying, it's a temporary solution. It's not a permanent one. Because if this was done through the court of law, if it was a permanent solution, he'd also have a record,
Mhm.
and that record has to be legally stated anywhere he goes.
Yep,
Where right now, like I said, he's
Yeah.
a free man.
which is sick.
When he got busted, it was by some YouTubers. It wasn't actually like by the law.
Yeah, and they did take
So-
those. They did take that evidence to the police, so they could do something about it. But because it was not an official investigation,
It's
the police
dismissible.
were not allowed to use that evidence as real evidence.
Yeah, it's dismissible evidence because it's not.
It's not an official real
Yeah.
investigation.
They-
Exactly.
they
That's
didn't
why
have,
you need to go through
you
the
know,
law.
Isn't the system so wonderful?
Well, to be fair, the system is supposed to be a balance, a 50-50. So in this case, they didn't do anything on the books. They didn't have any police power to record or whatever, right? So the court can't use that evidence. They say, it's dismissible because blah, 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 XYZ reasons. So it protects people. But at the same time, if you get that evidence from people on the street who are taking pictures of, people being kidnapped, they use that as evidence.
The thing
You
is,
know?
the system works. The problem is the people need to know how to use it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, for example,
That's
EDP,
true.
since we're still talking about this, he's a great example of this, right? So, for example, EDP, The reason why those YouTubers even started this investigation in the first place was because there were some bits and pieces of evidence here from other people claiming that he was, a predator. So those YouTubers did their own investigation and then did their own sting operation. If they had taken that stuff to the police instead, and the police had looked at it and been like, yeah, this is a great idea, we should look into this, and literally the police did the exact same thing those YouTubers did, it would have ended the same way with an even better result because real officers would have been involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the evidence that you're talking about, but he would more than likely would have been... I don't think he would have gone to jail if he didn't, like, touch anyone. It was just, like, suspected evidence, but he would have gotten in trouble. He would have gotten, like, all his internet, like, revoked and stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, no, isn't there a charge for soliciting minors? You don't even have to, like, touch them. You're soliciting them, like, over text.
I think it was that or, like, child endangerment or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the evidence is, so I couldn't really speak about it. But he would, even just, like, entertaining the idea with a kid, he would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, well, I mean, kind of, the whole James Charles thing, where he was technically texting a minor, nothing really happened to him at all.
I don't even know that situation, so
Oh.
I couldn't tell you about that.
Basically, it was just him sending texts and wanting to, like, date, like, suggestive stuff to a minor. Technically, the minor had lied about his age and said that he was older, but it's not like the internet isn't readily accessible to everybody. You know what I mean? Because they were, like, DMing, like, on Instagram and whatever. It's pretty easy to figure it out. But, and people caught him, and it was a whole thing.
Well, it is pretty easy to hide your age on the internet as well.
But nothing really happened to him.
Do you guys know who Anthony Padilla is?
Yes. Smosh, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Smosh, yeah.
He's dating one of my favorite makeup YouTubers.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, yeah. Now you know.
What I was going to say is that he has a show on his channel called I Spent a Day With.
Mm-hmm.
And he uploads some of those episodes to Spotify in podcast format. And so I listened to some of them because, well, of all the 10 podcasts I listened to, I've listened to every single episode now. So I started listening to his because I needed something new, which I'm already caught up to, by the way.
Oh my God.
I skipped the ones where it's an interview about someone I don't care about. So that helps.
Okay.
But anyways, he has multiple episodes on people that have, like, are real victims of, like, this type of stuff. And hearing their stories are super interesting. And if you're interested in hearing about them, then, you can go listen to them yourself. There's this one in particular about this lady who was, she was kidnapped by her dad. And it's pretty crazy. So.
What's it called?
It was, I Spent the Day With, and then her name. I don't quite remember. I'd have to, if you want that episode in particular, I have to go back and look it up and give it to you.
Okay, I'm sure I can just Google it.
That
My
too.
Computer's not working.
But those episodes are very interesting. But my favorite one in particular, though, is I Spent the Day with ex-gang members, because he was talking to, like, cholos and stuff, and those are some wild stories what those guys have been through.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to put a trigger warning or something at the beginning of this.
No, they already know that the Mighty Beans podcast isn't for the faint of heart, so...
We talk about real shit.
Yeah. Well, we
talk
did
about
say
shit.
this is not for minors.
I do click...
But still.
When you upload the episodes to YouTube, there's a little box that says, is this video made for kids? I click no every time.
No on that shit. I used to do that too. I used to upload cooking videos and stuff. And I would put no on the kid one, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kids, man. Fuck them kids.
No, that's what we're trying to avoid here.
Oh, my bad.
Did you listen to the last 30
We
minutes?
literally just talked for 30 minutes about this.
God damn it. I guess I need to go to rehab.
Shit.
Oh, God. Yana Jesus.
Yo, speaking of rehab, Ruby.
You need it. Anyways.
Oh, I know.
I was just looking at the topics here. I guess we can end this off with what you got put here. You saw the movie Prisoners and The Woman King?
So I saw 3 movies this past week.
Oh, shit.
Really long fucking movies. They happen
Long?
to be like 2.5
So
plus
long.
long movies. So the first one is Prisoners. It was like a suspense, like mystery movie with Hugh Jackman and some other actors I can't remember their names of. One of them was one of the villains from the Spider-Man, I think No Way Home, Homecoming. I can't remember
William
who
Dafoe.
he was. I can't remember the names. Like I said, I'm
Jamie
really bad with
Foxx?
actor
Oh
names.
no, she's talking
No.
about Homecoming. The dude with the wings.
The
one-
Vulture.
Yeah,
Michael Keaton.
I think so. I don't know. I'm bad at names. The only one I know is Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Topher Grace.
Okay,
don't
what were you
know.
saying, Prisoners? Hugh Jackman.
I looked up the cast
And
of
then
Prisoners,
this-
and none of those actors are on here.
Maybe Ruben's just making shit up again.
Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh
Oh
Jackman.
yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. He's the villain.
Oh, he was
He's
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I said that. The villain in Spider-Man.
Yeah, but you say wrong shit all the time.
It was the wrong
Oh my
Spider-Man movie.
God.
He's in Far From Home.
Well, so that movie, I give it a 9 out of 10. It was a really long movie, so it was kind of like, it sucked sitting there. I had to like pause it and then finish it the next day. There are definitely some really slow parts because it's like a mystery, kind of thing. So the premise of the movie is, there are 2 girls that go missing. Hugh Jackman's daughter and the daughter's friend. They get kidnapped, and so he's trying to look for his daughter and the friend. He goes rogue to go try to look for them because he feels like the police aren't doing a good enough job. It's a really crazy ass story, what actually happens to the kids and how he finds them and all that stuff. I think you'll like it, Junior. I don't think Metro would because of how long the movie is. But I think it's really good.
You do realize
So it's the
Junior is
movie
the one
Taken.
who doesn't like long movies, right?
Oh, you don't like long movies?
I always, whenever I watch a movie that's longer than 2.5 hours, I always take a point away in my final score.
I'm sorry. That's why I did that too. Basically Taken, but more like gruesome. It was definitely gruesome in some points in this movie. And
Taken
it was-
gruesomely.
What?
Taken gruesomely.
Oh my god.
You know, I don't like the
But,
Takens.
Yeah, really good. I think you guys will like it. The next movie I saw was No Pain No Gain, another fucking long movie. Hilarious though. Like I was nonstop laughing throughout the movie, and it's really, really good. I'd probably give that like an 8 out of 10 because it was kind of hard at first in the beginning. So it's about this guy who how would I explain it? Because I
Who
wasn't
knows
really...
a guy?
So there's this guy who works at the gym, right? He's a personal trainer. He's sick of living that shitty ass job, so he wants to do like this heist with his buddies of his to try to scare one of the rich clients he has just to give him money and to give him his wealth and stuff. Like he wants to get money and get fame. And then shit goes wrong with the heist and all that, and it's like really, really funny. And long movie, but I think it's worth watching. Then the last movie I saw was called The Women King. Another fucking long movie.
I know this one.
You have a trend going on
How many
here.
times you
I
gonna tell
didn't-
us they're long
Dude.
movies?
I did not pick these movies. It happened to be that Dad picked all 3 of these.
I'm not surprised.
The Woman King is an 8 out of 10. Really good action. The middle part though was pretty boring. A lot of just talking and setting up the stage for the final part of the movie. It's a movie about this tribe of women called the Apoji. I don't know how to say it because they say it with their accent.
Apology.
Actually, that sounded pretty damn close.
Ah, they're Italian then.
Apology.
Apology.
It's about this tribe of women who are fighting against another clan that they've been oppressed by for a long, long time. And the main actor is this young girl who kind of like proves herself to be a warrior in this tribe.
Proofs?
And the leader of this clan is has like a close relationship to this character. Like I said, really cool fighting, just really boring in the middle of the movie.
The only
Yeah.
problem,
You kind of described Rogue One.
Yeah, so the woman
Did I?
king, I know this movie. It's based on a true story that actually happened.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a group of Amazonians in Africa.
Right.
The leader of the group was called Nansika, right, or something like that.
Yeah. Naneska.
Yeah, Naneska. Yeah, Ogoji, I think is the tribe. I know a little bit about this. I haven't done the full deep dive on them quite yet, but
Their
I
culture.
did hear about this.
Yeah, their culture was really cool to learn it and to see how differently these women are compared to like normal society women, just because they became warriors, right? Of course, the rules were really harsh what they had to do, but even then, just how different they were treated compared to just the normal women within the village.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It was really good.
I do plan on watching that movie after I learn the true history, just because I want to see how accurate it is, like I did with 300.
Oh, well, let me know then. I thought the acting was great. It was really, really good. Especially from the little girl who's the main, like, character.
Okay, yeah.
Bacho brought up Rogue One earlier, and my only problem with Rogue One was that I forget his name, Ip Man, the dude from Ip Man.
Yeah.
He dies.
Donnie Yen.
Yeah, that was the only reason I went to go watch it.
You only wanted to watch it for
Yeah.
Donnie Yen?
I don't give a shit about Star Wars, but I saw him and I was like, I'm watching this goddamn movie. He dies.
But the Force did
The
protect
Force
me.
protected me.
I
The
was
Force did
so
protect me.
pissed.
I protected you.
I went to go watch it with a couple friends and I was like, what is this shit?
Did you guys know there is a fourth Ip Man?
Yeah, it's not good.
Really? That sucks.
I haven't seen it because I heard it's not good, and I don't want to ruin the image of Ip Man.
I know. Me too. That's why I was asking you guys, because I saw it. I was like, there's a fourth?
Yeah, it's called The Final Chapter, I think.
Yeah, I watched it. It's not that it's bad. Okay, let me set the scene here. We
Bad
see
word choice.
Ip Man, all right? We see like the first for 1 and 2, they're super super good, action packed, love them, right? The fourth one, spoilers, is about him dying. So it's super slow. There's no action. He's like teaching someone, but he has like his own like thing going on.
Yeah, he's teaching
and-
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
super slow. And it was boring, and then he dies. Spoiler. And so it just I didn't like it. But it's not like it's a horrible movie.
Actually, fun fact about that. So you guys know the fighting style that Ip Man uses, Wing Chun?
Yeah.
Right.
So in the fight that Naruto versus what? Why is this so funny? Naruto versus Momoshiki, you know, the only good thing about Boruto.
Right.
There's a segment where Naruto, after he turns on his Ninetales mode, and he starts going one-on-one against Momoshiki after Sasuke's been flinged away or something like that.
Flinged away.
He's fighting him
Fling.
with Wing Chun. He's using Wing Chun fighting style in that one particular segment.
Really?
I love that.
Yeah.
Donnie Yen is so powerful.
I only know that because like martial art experts, like I saw a video of some martial arts experts analyzing that fight, and then they're like, "These are Wing Chun moves, like this move, this move, this move," and then yeah. So
We're gonna
That's
have to
fucking
rewatch it.
cool. Yeah.
I was so excited when I saw Donnie Yen in John Wick 4.
He's in the fourth one?
oh, you haven't seen John Wick
Yeah.
4?
No.
Oh, you got to watch it.
I'm watching it now.
Subtract a point because it's a
Wow.
long movie.
I'm watching it now that Donnie Yen's in it.
I
does a
didn't
good
know
job.
he was in it.
He does a
I'm
good
gonna have
job.
to watch it too now.
We're watching it tomorrow.
I guess so.
All right, sounds good to me. Bring popcorn.
Yeah, and a lot of fucking snacks.
Yeah, Donnie Yen's
Go.
he's a sleeper hit for sure.
He's a go.
You know, though, who's a fun actor to watch too is Jackie Chan. I really enjoyed him and the Forbidden Kingdom.
Did you know Jackie Chan is making a movie with John Cena?
Yes,
What?
actually, I saw this. Yes,
I saw the trailer to this a couple days ago. It's so fucking wild.
I didn't see the trailer, but I did see like the poster of it and like the like premise, but I forgot because it looked awful.
What kind of movie are we talking about here?
Is it China versus America boxing? Like what the hell?
That's
is
just
happening?
racist.
No, it's your
No!
typical typical action Jackie Chan movie where Jackie Chan's funny and he teams up with an American that has his own style and they butt heads but they work together in the end, you know.
Rush Hour.
It's yeah, think of it as like Rush Hour, but it's with John Cena, so it's not
-2.
going to be as good.
This is true,
-2.
especially because you won't be able to
Damn.
see him.
I was about to make the fucking jump!
Beat you to it.
Too slow.
Beat you to the punch.
But that's what it looks like, that type of movie.
Well, that's intriguing. Probably won't watch it, but that sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
I'll watch it just because I like Jackie Chan movies. He gets so creative with his fight scenes, you know? Like, have you ever seen, oh fuck, was it Rumble in the Bronx, I think is what it's called?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a funny movie.
You ever seen that movie, Francisco?
No.
There's literally a part in the movie where Jackie Chan's fighting with a fucking ladder.
Yeah. I
Oh,
love
that's
that
where that's
scene, man.
from.
And then he slams the refrigerator door and he uses the fucking refrigerators.
My biggest
Yeah.
thing is that he does that shit. Like, he actually is the one doing his stunts. That's what I love about
Oh.
Jackie Chan. It's so real, and it makes it fun to watch.
There's two actors that I just respect purely out of that reason. Not because of their personal life or anything like that. Simply because they do their own stunts.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise
I knew
and Jackie
it.
Chan. Yes.
Because I had a whole Tom Cruise era, and I know damn well that man will hang out of a ladder for the scene. Okay,
Doesn't Tom Holland
he's
also
doing
do
it for the
some
gram.
Dude, in the newest he does, yes. But
No,
he doesn't
actually.
have nearly the same level
Yeah.
as like Jackie Chan, Tom Cruise.
Well, he's a young
And-
actor. He's just getting to the scene.
Well, he's also retiring soon, but we'll get into that later. Also, in the newest Mission Impossible movie, they literally built a whole ass set. Like, there's apparently there's no CGI in that movie at all. Everything is practical effects. They built a whole ass set with a train just so they can blow it up. And Tom Cruise is on top of this train fucking running and shit. Like, it's insane what they do.
What?
Yes, say what you want about his Scientology or whatever, but man can act and man can do his stunts. All right.
I agree. He is a good actor. Like, a fucking good actor.
Yeah.
Also with Hugh Jackman, like, seeing him in the movie Prisoners, like, acting a totally different genre than, like, Wolverine. That's only how I've seen him. And then the one time in Les Miserables, you know, seeing him do something totally different, I was like, holy shit.
It's pronounced Les
dude.
Miserables.
I can't speak French.
For me,
Mr.
wouldn't-
Incredible.
I wouldn't put them in the same category because Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan in them, they literally put their lives in danger. Like Jackie Chan is breaking bones and whatever on set. Hugh Jackman is just very versatile. Like, he can go from singing in The Greatest Showman to very desperate character in Les Mis to like a comedy action. You know, he's very versatile. So he's a good actor. But like Tom Cruise and them, they literally physically put themselves through that. So I would put them in different categories.
I would too. My personal favorite movie with Hugh Jackman has got to be Van Helsing.
Yeah, Van Helsing is a goated movie.
I love that movie.
You know which one is my favorite?
X-Men 2.
Logan.
Ooh, that was close.
Mine is
Logan
Les
is such a good movie.
It is a great movie. Have you seen Van Helsing, Francisco?
I only saw what you showed me, like the opening.
You gotta
Oh,
watch it, man.
Such a great movie. But yes, Logan is also a great movie.
I don't know. I really enjoyed The Greatest Showman. Like, I've watched that movie like 5+ times, and I just am amazed every time.
Mine's Les Mis, 100%.
Hugh Jackman is definitely a sleeper. Like, when you think of Hugh Jackman, you just think action movies,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because he played Wolverine for so long. And that's all he was known for a while. Kind of like, you know, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth as Thor, right? When you think of Chris Hemsworth, you think Thor.
I think of Cream
Right?
now.
So, Cream Hemsworth, because he makes you cream.
Exactly.
Oh,
But they're definitely capable of doing other things.
Yeah.
And
Like-
you just don't think about it because they haven't shown that
Yeah.
part of their bone yet.
their bone.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Hugh Jackman, you guys see the new Deadpool that it's coming out?
Yep.
I saw the
Yeah,
initial
how it
announcement.
stopped production.
I follow Ryan Reynolds on TikTok, and so I saw the initial like release that they're making a movie together, and I was very excited.
They halted production, Francisco?
Yeah, because of the strike.
I'm not
Oh,
surprised.
the writer's strike, yeah.
Yeah, so that, well, who knows when it's actually going to come out, because I think it was supposed to come out next year. But because of the strike, like, they stopped production of Deadpool 3, and I think another movie, but who knows when we're actually going to see it.
Yeah, but honestly, that strike hopefully gets good results and good answers from it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm with the writers. They do deserve more representation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All they get is the freaking ending credits.
That we all skip.
It's insane how a
Exactly.
multi-billion like industry is like so skewed towards like a particular like set of skills, you know? Meanwhile,
The
the
rich stay
people that
rich.
actually make the thing run are just being underrepresented and underpaid, you know?
I was literally just talking about this today. The system works for the people in charge of the system.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So
Yeah.
all these writers and young, unexperienced actors and whatever, they don't know how the system works. They don't have a leg in the industry, you know what I mean? So they get fucked over. And while these big hotshot producers and directors, whatever, they got all the money and all the glory.
Yeah.
Honestly, also the artists too, man. Like, they get really underpaid and under so much stress. So I just hope that they win this, because there needs to be a change for them.
I heard that I saw a TikTok of this dude that used to work at the visual effects like department for like a movie studio. He said that he was basically like, "Hey, did you ever like watch the movie The Flash and think to yourself, wow, the CGI is shit?" And then he's like, "Oh, that's because it was, and let me tell you why. Because I worked on the movie." And so basically, the way it works is, you know, the studio, they create their movie. This is all according to that guy, by the way. I have no way of verifying this.
You sent me this.
And so he's like, they create the movie, they come up with the footage or whatever, and then they commission the VFX studio to do the animation or to do the
CJ.
CGI and whatnot that needs to be done. And the way that it's done is it's per shot, right? So let's say, for example, a studio will approach this company and say, we have 1,000 shots that need to get visual effects. But not every shot is created equally. One shot would only need to require like a CGI like shadow or something, right? Meanwhile, another shot might need to have a whole fucking universe CGI'd into it, you know? But it's not done like per like, let's say for example, it's not done like by the hour. It's done by the shot. So some shots require more effort, but they won't get the additional time or pay that's required for it as well. Which is why a lot of movies end up getting rushed and the CGI ends up looking like shit.
Yeah, I watched The Flash, and I can confirm that the CGI was definitely not the hottest. Just like the end of Doctor Strange, his third eye.
That was so bad.
I think that is probably the worst CGI I've ever seen in a newer movie. Like, it was really bad.
That shit straight up looked like CGI from the 90s.
It looked like the CGI I could do. Like, that's how
God.
bad it was.
It was so bad.
Just
Yeah.
like draw an eye on a piece of paper and then just tape it to your forehead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we are at the 2 and 10-minute hour mark, so we should probably start wrapping it up.
Fuck, this is gonna take so long for me to edit.
I know, that's why I'm trying to cut it off here.
Okay, well, anybody have any last minute discussions you wanted to get out there?
We should just put it in the chat if we do. Talk about it next time.
Well, something short.
It's never short with us. We're Mexican.
Just keep in mind, leave the kids alone.
Yeah, leave the
Just
kids
take that
alone.
away. Leave the kids alone.
If
No
Kids
matter
alone.
what.
And then Activision is going to come after us and like cancel us.
Oh God.
if there's a message you should take from today's episode, it's leave the kids alone.
and give the writers more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. All your attention you will be wasting on kids, don't fucking do it. You should give it to the writers.
Okay.
Well,
Scratch that.
not
Delete
the
that.
like not the
Hold
same
on.
attention though.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, wait. Wait, I don't think that was a good message.
All right, let's take the shovel away from Ruby before she keeps digging.
I already see the 4
I
foot
think
hole.
5 feet is good enough for her.
I can make it a 6.
No,
We
Let me
prefer
get
not.
to 6.
please.
Look, we're all beans here. We need to cut you off.
Yeah, Pancho, go ahead and outro us.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We will be we're still going to try to release episodes every Friday. We're not sure on the schedule yet, but we will definitely try our best for that.
Oh, they have not been going up on Fridays at all.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I have been Dark Guy 21 and Junior,
Yo, G-Day SmackDown.
Ruby,
Okami Hikaru signing off.
and Mecha.
I'm Esmeralda, and don't forget all of our handles are on the screen.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in soon for the next episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Peace out.